Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to my channel, Jamie Friend Colors. This is Jamie, and today I'm trying something so completely new. I am doing my very first voiceover in this video, so I'm hoping that it's working okay, and that we can continue doing these because I think they'll be a lot of fun and a learning experience for me. So, today, I wanted to start doing a series on my channel about encaustic painting. It's something that I'm really interested in, and I love the effects and I like reading about. And I've dipped my toe in a little bit, but I want to continue to practice it and get better. And so I've decided to do twice a month, do a melting Monday. If you don't know what encaustics is, it's painting with hot wax. Encaustic means to burn in. So you're using hot wax to paint. And right there, I've just put white encaustic paint on, and now I'm going to fuse it by adding some heat to melt it into the substrate or what is underneath the wax. So I want to do these melting Mondays about twice a month and learn how to better myself in this. I don't think I can really give you instruction or teach you how to do this because I'm just learning myself, but I thought this would be a good way for me to learn and for you to see kind of what I'm doing in my spare time. I've decided to do 6x6 panels during these videos, and I just went to the hardware store and got a 6x2, and it was $6 for a very large piece of wood. I got 20 pieces out of that piece of wood for only $6, and that's awesome. So I like using the hardware store to buy my substrates and to buy, art supplies. So yeah, there's that. Cheaper is better sometimes, especially when you're learning. So I'm going to take, I want to get about 9 of these done, and then I want to put them together and kind of make a people, a complete picture with these. So I like it very abstract when it comes to this, so that's kind of what we're going for this time. As I learn and progress in this medium, maybe we'll do more landscapes or something that's a little more recognizable, but right now I'm just learning the techniques. This is the first time that I'm using any colors, and I use colors loosely because I am just using black and white today. But before this, I have just used clear wax, and so it's a little different to see how the white and black are working and how to start adding some colors into my projects. Here I'm just melting the wax. You have to fuse and heat your wax in between every layer. So every time I pull the heat gun out, that's what I'm doing. I'm also kind of adding a little more heat, trying to kind of flatten it out a little bit because I had some bubbles, so I'm just going a little slow there. All right, so that is my goal with these videos, these melting Mondays. Today I also wanted to try stencils, which is something I haven't done before either. I'm going to try to do a different technique in each of these videos, and that it was today's. I wanted to be able to use black and white and stencils, so both of those are new to me this time. I'm kind of trying to melt the wax a little bit to see if I could stick the stencil into the wax a little bit, but it didn't work very well, and I got white wax on my fingers, so I don't know that I would do that again. I think I try later, and I don't, and it sticks just fine to the wax underneath. I'm just trying to press that stencil in. I'm nervous. I'm like, is it down? Is it not down? How much of this do I want to cover? All right, here we go. All right, we have some black wax. I don't know, it was a different texture than the white wax and even clear wax, so I don't know, but I'm just learning. These are my first colors, so I'm trying to put that on there. And I'm fusing it a little bit with the stencil still on there. I heard that's good. I don't know. Letting the wax cool just a little bit before pulling the stencil up so that hopefully the wax doesn't run underneath the stencil. See, it lifted pretty good. I got a little extra lifting, so maybe I let it dry too much. I'm not really sure. But I do like just a little, that it did leave a little bit of a pattern there, but it's not as good as I would have liked. And so it's something I'm going to have to try again and play with. And that's what all of this about, is just experimenting and trying something new and seeing what happens, you know. And I think that's kind of the fun and relaxing part of this medium, is that sometimes it has a mind of its own and we don't have complete control over it. Whereas like colored pencils, you really do have like complete control. And with wax, it's a fluid medium, and the way it cools and moves and things, you don't have complete control, and that you have to give a little bit of yourself away in this, you know, like let it do what it's going to do. But I think that's fun. So here I'm just playing. And fusing those together. I liked how the gradation between the black and the white, I thought that was really fun. So I'm going to play with that a little bit more here in a minute. Now I'm putting clear wax over the top to add just another layer. And I noticed that it did drag a little bit of the wax underneath because it wasn't fully dry, but I liked it, so just keep going with it. And some more clear wax just to build up the layer. getting some more black. I got a little more than I wanted that time, but I was like, hey, we'll just go with it. Darken up this side of the board, and I like the texture that it's bringing. And I'm grabbing some white to put on the other side. Sorry, my arm is in the way. I had to position my camera a little bit differently. I didn't want cords and hot wax. So I'm still working on how to film this the best way. And it was a little cold today, so I did bring it inside but opened windows so that I had made sure I was safe. But ideally, and in the future, I'll be doing this in my garage, so I'm going to have to figure out the filming a little bit. So I'm infusing that together. And then putting clear wax on it and kind of dragging it a little bit. You can see that it picked up some of the black. My kids are in the other room while I'm recording this narration, and I'm hoping that because I'm using a mic that you're not hearing them, but I'm not sure. Cleaning off my brush there because I did get a little color on the wax of the brush, and I want that to be a clear one. So you can just heat and melt the wax off of your brush and then just clean it off with a paper towel. And that's what I'm doing right now. There are also other waxes that you can get to help clean your brushes, but that's what I'm doing right now, is just heating it up and wiping it on a paper towel. And it's doing a pretty good job. Wanted to put some more of that stencil in, and this time the stencil, it pushed in really, really nicely. I felt it did a better job this time, and maybe because there were more layers of wax underneath it. And then I'm putting white down this time. I'm really just playing. I don't have a plan for this piece. I knew I just wanted to kind of play with the black and the white in the stencil and just letting it kind of go where it's going to go. So fusing again. Letting it just sit there. I should have edited this out a little more. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're pulling up the stencil. And I'm noticing that the white that we allowed to dry actually more came up. The stencil came up better out of that area. So a good thing to note for my own future projects is maybe let the wax cool a little more before pulling the stencil out. And fusing that in. I really like how it's looking. It's upside down. The way I filmed it, like the way I'm looking at it while I'm working is the other direction. So it's kind of interesting to see. I mean, where it's an abstract piece, it really doesn't matter which side is up. And yeah, it's good to when you're working this way to kind of turn it around, see if you like it from a different direction or not. But so far I'm really liking it, and I really like how the stencil worked on the white there more than the black. I think it's cleaner. So I'm fusing it again. I'm ordering some smaller brushes. I kind of feel like the brushes I was using this time with the black and white were a little bigger than I really wanted to be working with, but it's what I had today. Since I'm working on such small little pieces, I kind of want smaller brushes. So I am ordering some smaller brushes. They do have to be natural hair or hog bristle brushes because if synthetics can melt in the wax and we don't want that. So yeah, so kind of like oil brushes also are a natural hair bristle. So that's just something you have to look for when buying brushes for Encaustics, is that they just need to be like hog bristle, so it's something that won't melt. Just adding dabs of both colors, kind of liking that contrast between the black and the white. My voice is going, you guys. And fusing it again. I'm kind of trying to show it to you straight on because it has been a little bit at an angle. And yeah, this is kind of what we have. At this point, I was really happy with what I had. I felt like I had really played with the black and white and kind of I liked the contrast of that and kind of played with the stencil as well and made I don't know, notes of how it worked and stuff. So I was happy with it, and so I'm going to put on another layer of the clear wax to kind of seal it all in. And fusing it again. You do have to fuse after every layer, so. This heat gun is a craft gun, so it's not very hot. I also have a blowtorch that I want to start using, but I didn't want to use that in my house. So when I get moved out to my garage better, I'll be using the blowtorch. But that craft gun's working pretty good. And then looking at it from different angles, it really changes it and makes it, I don't even know which direction I'm going to have this little block going when I put it all together. It'll be fun to see how it all comes together. But it's just abstract and just texture and the contrast between the black and the white. I really like it. It's nothing fancy, but I'm learning to do this, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this and enjoyed my learning process, and we'll do it again soon. Bye, guys.